Now, I put this image into ChatGPT to ask it what it would explain this image as. This photo captures a college basketball mascot striking a dramatic celebratory pose on the court, leaning back with one arm raised as if hyping up the crowd during a timeout or break in the action. The low shooting angle and reflection on the polished floor make the mascot look larger than life, turning a simple sideline moment into a theatrical arena energy scene. Nobody is going to read those two extremely long run-on sentences. Nobody's going to read it. But what they will do is they'll stop for 2 seconds and look at this image. David Meerman Scott argues that images and imagery in general, whether it's photo, video, graphics, all that kind of stuff, it tells more story than just talking about it. The point with this really isn't the photo. What really matters is the emotion that's inside the photo. Yes, it is an imperfect photo. There's composition issues, the lighting may be a little bit dark, the colors may be a little bit wonky sometimes depending on your style, but it is not a technically perfect image, but where it becomes perfect is the emotion that is captured within the image. In social media, but specifically in sports social media, timing is everything. It's way more important that you actually get the image out quick than if you get a perfect image out. Today was the championship for the NCAA D1 basketball program, the Sun Belt Conference. It was a game between Troy and Georgia Southern. The Sun Belt Conference and their social media profiles associated with it are not trying to get the most technically correct image out as soon as the championship is over. They are trying to get the image that works. They do not care if it's perfect. They don't care if the lighting is great or the colors are perfect. Their number one thing is speed. Fans want to experience the moment as it's happening. They don't want to be left behind or hours behind what's going on. They want to experience it as it goes. I know for me, when I was in classes during the Sun Belt tournament, I was constantly just checking my phone, trying to refresh it, trying to make sure and see who was winning the games, what the score was, and that kind of stuff. And if the Sun Belt was even a few minutes late, even though I knew the game was over and I knew what the score was, if the Sun Belt Conference was a few minutes late, I was already annoyed. Being relevant and in the moment is way more important and often better than being perfect, especially in the sports and social media industry. Scott also talks about something called business casual in media. And we've talked about this in our class and in other classes as well, and different conversations that we've had, is people don't care about being polished anymore. You know, maybe 20 years ago, you wanted to have the most professional level, very stiff posed shots everywhere, but now we're kind of seeing that this is fake and oftentimes can be actually just generated by AI. What is happening now is we really want to see stuff that's authentic and real. We don't care if it looks perfect. Like I stated earlier in the video, some of the most striking images are not technically perfect. Some of the images that I think of are the iconic Kobe shot after winning the championship. They're not powerful because it's perfect composition or perfectly in focus or, you know, all of that stuff. They're powerful because it was a real, genuine moment from a real, genuine human being. One thing that I like to say a lot is a photo is worth 1,000 words, but nobody wants to read 1,000 words. So make that photo that you take matter. One of my videos that I actually hate this video so much to this day, but it was a game-winning shot with Lady Eagles basketball in the South Region Championship for the NCCAA. It was a game-winning layup, and the hype in the room was infectious. The energy was so high. I ended up overlaying it with the announcers thing, and it went viral. We hit over 100,000 views between Facebook and Instagram, and it got so much traction because I posted it on that night. Whereas I saw other videos of it posted the next day, none of them took off. None of them mattered because it wasn't relevant anymore.